What makes Poland so important to Donald Trump? Is it just about strategic location? Or is there something more? In this story, you're gonna discover some surprising behind-the-scenes moments of US-Polish cooperation. Moments that are funny, intriguing, and at times, totally unexpected. Plus, we'll talk about Trump's possible future plans. Could Poland become one of America's closest allies? And what does that mean for our region? Let's dive into the fascinating world of this dynamic relationship, and find out what Trump might really have in store for Poland. When it comes to Poland, Trump's policy was all about strengthening ties in defense, energy, and trade. That's what positioned Poland as one of the most important allies of the United States in Central and Eastern Europe. As president, Trump constantly emphasized the need to reinforce NATO's eastern flank in the face of Russian threats. What did that mean in practice? A bigger US military presence on Polish soil, new defense agreements, and a push to speed up NATO's response capabilities in Poland. Under his leadership, Poland also became a key buyer of American military equipment. The goal? Modernize the Polish army and bring it up to NATO standards. Trump saw Poland as essential to European security. There were even talks about permanent US military bases in Poland. The full plan never materialized, but the number of American troops did go up, and that sent a strong signal to Moscow. In the energy sector, Trump was all in on helping Poland break free from Russian energy dependency. His administration pushed hard for importing American liquefied natural gas, LNG, as an alternative to Russian gas. That was a smart move, great for Poland's independence, and also a sweet deal for American energy companies. This strengthened the economic bond between both nations, and put extra pressure on Russia as Europe's main gas supplier. Trump's foreign policy was based on one key rule: every country should take more responsibility for its own defense. That mindset pushed Poland to increase its military spending. And unlike many NATO members, Poland delivered. Trump praised us for that, calling Poland a role model for other allies. Even with his America First doctrine, Trump never excluded Poland. In fact, he saw the US-Poland alliance as a way to boost regional stability. Let's not forget Trump's visit to Poland, where he gave that now famous speech in Warsaw. He praised Poland as a stronghold of Western values and a nation with a proud history of resisting totalitarianism. It was more than just words, it was a symbolic gesture, recognizing Poland as a real partner in the fight for freedom and stability in the region. That speech made headlines across Europe and definitely brought our two countries even closer. Now here's where Trump really stood apart: his views on climate and energy. He encouraged Poland to keep developing its own energy sources, including coal. That stood in sharp contrast to the European Union's focus on reducing emissions and phasing out fossil fuels. Trump's team believed Poland had every right to follow a sovereign energy policy, and that matched his overall skepticism toward international climate regulations. So what can we expect if Trump returns to the White House? Well, we're likely looking at more military support, especially with Russia's aggression still looming. Expect further investments in military infrastructure, more American troops, and deeper cooperation in defense. Trump's a big fan of increasing energy capacity too, so he'd probably continue to back Polish energy projects. That might include new LNG deals, or help with developing alternative energy sources. In short, under Trump, Poland wasn't just a dot on the map. We were a key player in his foreign policy game. And if he wins again? Don't be surprised if Poland becomes even more central in the US strategy for Europe. Could Poland become a model for the rest of Europe? Trump may also put pressure on other European countries to follow Poland's lead and increase their defense spending. For Poland, that means a shot at becoming a regional leader in Central and Eastern Europe, a key player working alongside the US on security matters. In the economic sphere, a Trump comeback could mean more pressure on trade relations, but also opportunities for Polish businesses to tighten their connections with American companies, especially in tech and energy sectors. But let's not kid ourselves, Trump's America First policy is still all about national interests. That might mean less support through international institutions. In turn, Poland could be forced to act more independently in both politics and business. Who is Donald Trump anyway? Donald Trump is one of the most controversial and recognizable figures in modern politics. Not only did he make a name for himself as a businessman and TV star, he also managed to become one of the most talked about US presidents ever. Loved and hated in equal measure, Trump is known for his no-nonsense approach, tough decisions, and unique personality that draws attention like a magnet. One of his most iconic moves? The America First Doctrine, a policy that completely flipped America's foreign affairs game. He pushed for strong borders, symbolized by the famous border wall with Mexico. And yeah, part of that wall did get built. Maybe not the Great Wall of Trump that he promised. But it happened. He also introduced controversial tariffs on Chinese goods, triggering a full-on trade war with China, and even causing temporary chaos on global stock markets. As president, Trump pulled the US out of multiple international agreements, arguing that they weren't beneficial to Americans, including the Paris Climate Accord and the Iran nuclear deal. His view? If it's not helping the US, it's gotta go. And while many disagreed with that stance, you can't deny one thing: Trump made waves in the Middle East. During his term, the US brokered historic agreements between Israel and several Arab nations. He even proposed the so-called deal of the century to solve the Israeli-Palestinian conflict. Mixed reactions aside, it made global headlines. What many people forget is that before politics, Trump was a full-blown media personality. He popped up in movies, commercials, and reality shows, most famously as the host of The Apprentice, where his catchphrase "You're fired" became iconic. That role cemented his image as a tough leader and helped him win over voters during his campaign. Trump and NATO. Tough love. One of the most defining features of Trump's foreign policy was his attitude toward NATO. He was crystal clear: allies need to pay their share. No more freeloading. He said it openly: countries like Poland need to invest more in their own defense, and stop expecting the US to cover all the costs. His critics said he was weakening the alliance, but Trump believed it was the only way forward. Trump and Poland, a warm relationship. Despite all the controversy, Trump had a surprisingly warm relationship with Poland. During his presidency, Poland became one of the main US partners in the region. He visited Warsaw and gave a powerful speech about Poland's role in defending Western values, and it went down really well, both in Poland and across Europe. He also promised more American troops in Poland as a deterrent against Russia. On top of that, his administration signed a deal to supply Poland with American LNG, helping reduce our reliance on Russian energy. The Trump brand: hair, tan, and Twitter. And now, let's talk about the stuff that made Trump a pop culture icon. His hair, legendary. There's been endless speculation. Is it real? A wig? A comb-over from another dimension? Trump says it's all natural. Apparently, it's the result of a very specific hair care routine. And the tan? Social media's favorite meme. He once said it's just the glow of living a good life outdoors. You be the judge. Embarrassed smiley face, and let's not forget Twitter. Trump was addicted to the platform. It became his personal megaphone, where he fired off bold opinions, attacked rivals, and even made major policy announcements. His tweets often caused media storms and international drama. And when he finally got banned, he couldn't handle the silence. So what did he do? He launched his own platform, Truth Social. Love him or hate him, you can't ignore him as president. Trump had an intense, sometimes outright hostile, relationship with the media. He constantly called out the press, accusing them of spreading fake news. And of course, we can't forget his legendary campaign slogan: "Make America Great Again." It became one of the most recognizable political catchphrases in American history. And that's it for today. If you made it this far, thanks for watching. Celebratory hands in the air, right pointing finger. I'm dropping another video on the right. Check it out if you want to go even deeper into US politics. And hey, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, so you never miss the next episode. Well, see you next time.